My name is Shelia Wilson, and I've been coming to Calvary for about 31 years. When I was 18 years old, I got a permanent job, and when I got my first paycheck, my dad took the Bible and he told me what the Bible said about tithing. And he explained to me about if I would be faithful to God with my money, He would be always faithful to me. And at that point, I started tithing. My brother invited me to come here to church one Sunday, and I came with him. And after that first Sunday, I never wanted to go back to anywhere else. And then when I was 40 years old, I was a single mom with 2 children. And I didn't have a permanent job, but I knew that I had to go back to work. And my sister Linda told me about a factory in Clemens that was going to come here and that was going to hire a lot of people. So I put in my application and automatically they hired me. And during this same time, Wendy got a job at a daycare where she could walk to work. So both of us had a job. This same time, they notified me from the bank that my house was going to be auctioned off and that we would have to move. So I was crying and praying and asking the Lord, what should I do? And every time I would go look for something, it would never work out. But I had a sister, Jackie, and she had a really, really nice house. One day, a man came by and wanted to buy her house just right then on the spot. So when she got the money for her house, she called me and the kids to come down, and she had something to share with us. And she told me that the Lord had been dealing with her heart about buying my house, and she did. And she said that she wanted us to live there until as long as we wanted to, and we did. And then I had an old car that always, it really wasn't that bad. It got back and forth to work, but in the back of my mind, I knew that eventually I was going to have a car. But it never broke down, and it went back and forth to Clemens. We came to church. It never gave me no problem till one day I was coming out of work and going up to the stoplight, and a young man rear-ended me, and it totally lost my car. I got a new car. And God is faithful. It wasn't too many years later, Wesley came to me one day and he said, Mama, I really, really want to go to Calvary Christian School. And I said, son, I really want you to go too, but I just can't afford it at this time. We knew about the scholarship fund, but I didn't think anybody would ever want to help us. I told him, I said, we're going to pray about it. And we did. And it wasn't maybe a few weeks till Mr. Main called me at my job and told me that there had been a way provided for Wesley to be able to come to school here. And little did I know that many years later, Wesley would be working at the school, and I have 6 grandchildren. 5 of them attend this school. And while I've been at this church, my daughter has got saved, my son got saved. 4 out of the 6 grandchildren have been saved through this ministry, and I've got right with the Lord. It's the Lord and this church. People like Scott Vernon, Lucy Fansler befriended me, and I feel like that every item of my life, everything that my children are, that my grandchildren are, is because of this church. Took me in. I was a broken woman, and they took me in, and I felt loved and cared for, and I didn't feel different. And in 2008, I met Larry, and he came to church here shortly thereafter. And in 2009, we were married. And all I can say is God is faithful. The beach is not my happy place, or the mountains. This is my happy place right here. It's hard sometimes to look back on your past, but you look back on your past and you know that God just had something in store for you. You just can't dwell on the bad, you just have to dwell on the good and just look forward and see what the Lord's got in store for you. I can't thank the Lord enough for just being faithful to someone like me.